Hi everybody, I am back and I'm going to talk about Watermelon Peperomia now, in specific propagating them. So I actually received two plants in the mail, actually no, one plant in the mail last year. No, two plants in the mail last year. These are them, and what I also did was I propagated my own just from the leaves. And here's the resulting plant, okay? And I'm on a rampage lately to consolidate my small pots. I'm tired of all the little small pots. I'm going to put them all together, okay? So I'm going to take these three, put them all in a pot, but I wanted to show you, I had propagated some in water. So when I received the plant in the mail, it was kind of in rough shape. They're kind of delicate, and the leaves broke. And so this particular one, I just took, you know, the leaf and the petiole, and then I just put it in water. Take a look at that. It actually grew two plants, one at the top here because the petiole was injured, and then it grew a plant at the bottom. So this is one way to do it. It takes at least a couple months to get roots, and then the pups will start to grow. There's actually a faster way, which I don't have anything to show you here right now, where you would take the actual leaf and cut it across, and then insert that leaf segment where you made the cut into soil, and supposedly that's actually a quicker method to propagate these. So I am going to write a blog post at some point, but I just wanted to show you these guys here. And I have these narrow little bottles, and unfortunately here I have a baby down here. Let's see if I can get him out. I'm using a chopstick because I can't get the pup out of the neck of the bottle. So I'm just gonna gently move the little pup here. I should have taken these out a while ago. And let's see if I can do it successfully without damaging the plant. I may have to damage some leaves. You know, procrastination, right? Oh, it pulled right out. Look at that. See, it grew right at the base of the petiole. Okay, so that's all really you have to do. If you don't want to bother using the leaf where you cut the leaf and propagate that in soil, although that's supposed to be much faster. This one has a couple little roots. It's kind of an ugly leaf. It's almost chewed apart. I'm just gonna pitch this. I'm gonna compost it. And here's another one, okay? So I'm gonna take all three of these, and I have here a big fat jewel orchid cutting that I broke, and I'm gonna pot this up. So that's a bonus there. So I'm done with these. I'm sick of having everything in these. I want to consolidate. I have too much gardening to do to be worrying about all this stuff. So okay, I'm going to consolidate everything in this big clay pot. The ones I propagated, I'm actually going to put in soil all together. But for now, I'm going to put all three of these to make one giant nice pot. I'm going to put a pot shard at the bottom to cover the hole. Just a broken clay pot. I save all of them. Okay. And this is exciting. I have less plants to water. I'm going to take a knife here and go around the perimeter. And kind of pry at the end after I go around once. I'm going to pry a little bit just to kind of get it out, and here we go. Nice, healthy root ball. It's not super pot bound, but it's good. So there's one. Let's get this other puppy out. And I'll talk about the care for these a little bit as well. These are not plants that you can neglect too much. If you let them dry out a lot, they will hate you. The lower leaves will start to go limp, and the whole thing will almost collapse. But on the other end, they hate to stay too wet for too long. So these can easily rot. So you really need to practice a good balance when it comes to moisture. There's that one, okay? And I'm gonna take my last one out of here. Ooh, look at all those roots. It stuck onto, I actually had these clay pots here just to elevate at the bottom, to elevate the plant a little bit. This was the one that I propagated from a leaf cutting. And actually they were at the same time. This leaf went in there, I think, at the same time as these, but look at the difference. So if you wait, you know, you could do it much sooner than that, okay? Took this out. All right, let's get some soil here at the bottom. And in this particular case, I used my, potting mix that I had on hand, and I added a bunch of orchid bark mix. I always add something to my potting mix, regardless what plant I'm potting up. I'm more and more unsatisfied with just potting mixes as is. Most of them, I should say. No, I shouldn't say all of them, but a lot of the ones that are commercially available or commonly available everywhere. Add something like orchid bark or perlite or pumice. Add something to it because you want the larger particle sizes. It'll increase your drainage. Your drainage will be much, much better, and it'll also increase the amount of oxygen that'll get at your roots, because that's, especially if you tend to have a heavy hand watering. So whatever you do, add something. I always add something to my soil, okay? So I'm gonna take all 3 of these, break up the root ball a little bit, loosen that up, okay? Don't be afraid. Don't go crazy, but don't be afraid. Just loosen it up a little bit. That seems pretty good. I just want a nice full plant. I'm going to do the same with this one. Loosen it up. I kind of tuck it in here. And these leaves kind of break fairly easily, so be careful. This is just a lower leaf that broke. It's kind of yellow anyway, so who needs that, right? I have the soil on the wrong side here. I'm right-handed. I don't know why I put it there. And one more. It's the one I propagated. Kind of fun. Push that in there. All right, look at this. I have a nice full plant now. I don't have to water all the 4-inch pots anymore. I am so excited. And that's it, folks. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? All right. Now, back to what I was originally going to do. I have all these here to pot up. So I'm just gonna take a 4 or 5-inch pot here. I'm just gonna reuse one of these, okay? Put a piece of clay over the drainage hole. Fill it up with soil. And I'm literally going to just place all of these in one pot. Instead of just doing one at a time, again, you'll get a fuller plant more quickly. And I'm just gonna, oops. I'm gonna kind of gently place these in. And it's okay if you have the little plantlets, the little pups under the soil, because they are going to pop back up out of there, okay? Okay, and got my last one down here. So I left a little bit of room there. And in this case, I'm leaning the original leaf against the pot. So it's on an angle a little bit so that they'll become more stable. So you want the roots and the little pups and the plantlets that we've made here, that we've rooted, to have you don't want them flopping around. You want them stable in the pot. What I've done in the past, actually, the one that I rooted and I put in this pot, I actually took a little bamboo stick, and it was just one single leaf that resulted in that plant when I propagated it. I took a bamboo stick and then I supported the original leaf here with a little orchid clip. So I maintained it that way. But here I have 3, and I'm just gonna lean them against the pot so I don't have to have three little sticks there. Okay. And here we go. So they are being buried a little bit. Don't worry about that, okay? Don't worry about it, because they're gonna come back up. Okay? They will grow, and that's that. They have no choice. All right. They've been underwater, if you think about it. They've actually been, the little pups have been underwater for a few months now, so they've survived pretty well. So there you go, okay? So that's all, folks. These are gorgeous plants. Again, some tips on growing watermelon peperomia. They hate to stay too wet, okay? So give them a good, well-drained soil. Add something, add perlite, add orchid bark to the mix to make it very, very well draining. They will rot on you if they stay wet for too long. If you don't have a drainage hole in the pot, or if you don't let the potting mix dry out at all, they will rot on you. On the other hand, if you let them go bone dry, they will hate you too. So the lower leaves will just start to droop, and then the whole plant will start to droop. And then each time you do that, you're going to weaken your plant. So you want a happy medium, okay? So that's all, folks. That's watermelon peperomia. I hope you enjoyed this segment, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.